and welcome to the podcast on the Pitlane. And today we are reviewing Monaco Grand Prix. Yay!
Yeah,
The
At,
Monaco Train Grand Prix.
at least we can hope to have some excitement, guys. It wasn't that bad. I'm of that
it
opinion.
wasn't that bad. I was expecting at least a yellow flag, I guess.
Same
But
here.
no
I
Exactly.
was
issues good for
expecting.
the but no issues good for the team. Few
The
points
amount,
have been in the back.
yeah, the
it,
amount
it
of
was like they.
Mazepin memes were on the Insta and all.
Yeah,
I was expecting at least a spin, at least
It
a
had
spin.
Yeah, it was like they used all the yellow flags and red flags in the practice and quali sessions. So there was no yellow and
yeah,
red flags
probably.
left for them.
they were practicing for red flags, in the practice sessions and in fact in the quali too.
Yeah, man.
But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So, which led to a somewhat decent race, a different result. So, happy F1 fans. Yeah, so quick race rundown for you guys. It was Max Verstappen. He won. Good job, lad. Carlos Sainz, Ferrari are back. Yes.
Yes, yes.
I don't have a Ferrari hat right now, as Vanshil you have. So I wear this red Superman hat for today, especially for Ferrari.
Yeah. I wasn't completely, satisfied with Ferrari. That's why I'm not wearing my cap. Sad
Yeah,
face.
I understand.
Finally,
We all missed
Sorry,
Charles.
sorry, 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 sorry.
No problem.
Lando back on the podium. Not back. I think it is the first time Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz have shared a podium, so that was a good thing. And following them were Sergio Perez, good improvement from him. Sebastian Vettel, ladies and gentlemen, his first points in Aston Martin. P5. What a drive! What a drive! Pierre Gasly outscoring none other than Sir Lewis Hamilton. Lance Stroll in P8, another good performance. Esteban Ocon, I told you he'd score points. You guys laughed at me. Esteban Ocon scored points.
No. We didn't laugh at you for scoring points. We
Yeah,
laughed at you for a quali predictions. You said in
Yeah,
quali that Esteban Ocon is going to be in top 10. I said that's not
yeah,
gonna
but
happen because they didn't had any pace.
Leclerc wasn't there. That's why he is in top 10.
Yeah,
Leclerc wasn't
yeah,
there. That's why he's in
exactly,
top 10.
exactly.
And after
Leclerc
and
was,
post that
yeah,
post that Bottas wasn't in the field. These
he's
two are
still
the biggest reasons.
exactly, man.
yeah,
We are not saying I'm not saying that Esteban Ocon isn't capable of doing it, but
I
we
mean,
got
he
no point.
out-qualified
We got no point.
Alonso. So,
yeah.
yeah, he's doing great.
And
He's on fire.
finally, Antonio Giovinazzi in P10. So that was a good drive from
Amazing.
Italian, right?
Amazing. Exactly.
Yeah, man. A lot to look forward. I was looking to, have a lot of incidents. It's smaller after a
So
while.
was I. So was I. So was I. Because being an F1 fan and not seeing any sort of incidents in Monaco, it's like okay, Monaco Grand Prix is like not onto its major peak, but at the same time, so happy and so inspired from the drivers. The precision they're carrying is top notch.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Not
So,
a
It
single,
was out of the world.
not a single mistake that led to car to a DNF or to hit the barrier.
And actually,
Not a
that's so
single mistake.
easy on that circuit. Like, you are just
Exactly.
touching the barriers,
you
then
know,
you are pushing
if
the car.
if you want to realize how complicated Monaco is, just join an open lobby in F1 2020. You'll realize it.
No heroics at Sandover.
You have
You- In F1,
no.
Vanshul, in F1 2020, you join open lobby in any circuit, you'll
Not in
find
Exactly.
this same
yeah,
amount of
No doubt you'll find the cars flying, but cars
exactly.
jumping into swimming pool, wow, you
Yeah,
never
that
happen.
will be new. Yeah, that you can only see in Monaco.
so luck Cole did not start. Yeah, that sucked. I mean, I was
But I was keeping this question for you. Do you think was that a Ferrari strategy?
No, man.
Or
I don't think so. I don't think
it's
so.
just a fate.
No, I don't think so.
Nah.
Because that lap, if you look at the sector footages on board Charles Leclerc, he was pushing on the edge. You
Yeah.
know, the first right-hander in the Casino Square, he was too close to the barriers, and in the dual chicane also, he was right on the limit. So it was bound to happen, man. And I don't think that Charles Leclerc could do such thing purposely. Although Ferrari have done, major 2006
Yeah,
crash.
that was I was about to say with
I
Michael
don't think
Schumacher, I guess.
so. That was deliberate at all, man. Because uh,
It it
it was looking
it
close.
wasn't a deliberate at all.
Yeah, it was looking close
Yeah,
between
it was.
Max Sainz and Charles for the pole, but I think that Charles had it in bag. His previous lap was pretty good. If not, if not pole, then he was looking good for P2 at least. So I don't think that he would do this deliberately, and that eventually, resulted in a catastrophic failure of his drive shaft.
Exactly.
So I don't
Exactly.
think that
And
was.
over to the next question for
Which
you,
was
Vanshil.
actually
Yeah, exactly.
expected, I guess.
My next question for you, Vanshil, is what do you think about the DNS Leclerc got because of those? Do you think it was, Ferrari could have changed the gearbox, took the penalty, and let
Definitely.
Leclerc stay in the Monaco GP, or this, their what we can say risk they took and it changed the whole GP, and it costed a big amount of points for Ferrari as well because they are on the fourth constructor champions right now in the fourth rank. If Leclerc would have been there, they could have been right now in the third place. Crossed McLaren right now. So, what do you think about that?
Of course, I think that Ferrari could have, it's should have, could have, would have sort of situation for Ferrari. They should have changed the gearbox, man, because if it is, better than having no points at all. It's better that you start P6. It was pole, so you can go as bad as P6. So starting from P6, looking at the pace that Ferrari had whole weekend in this case, so I think that he could have gained 2 places, and the overcut advantage that Sergio Perez had throughout the race, he could have it. He could have ended up on the podium. In fact, P3, P4 were on the books, but Ferrari said, "Let's risk it. If we get the pole, we can get the win." So I think
Actually,
that was the philosophy that Tifosis.
yeah, I read
Um,
it somewhere that uh, they were having a reason behind it that they did this gamble because all the Ferrari hierarchy, like CEO or somebody, I mean, very important person from Ferrari factory or Ferrari company was there. So they were, I mean, they were trying to impress him or
Yeah.
impress them. So they did that gamble. The end press release, the Matia said that they didn't check that drive shaft, but I don't think that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
I don't
exactly.
think that
It's a
Come on,
you
man.
I
are
mean,
you
you
are
are an
you are
F1
a
engineer.
drivetrain guy, Bhrugu, you are a drivetrain guy, and you
Exactly,
know how much a crucial thing is when you take off the wheel. What
exactly.
exactly you see? What
And
you
these,
see when
this,
you take off the wheel from
exactly.
anything? What do you see?
Exactly, and these cars have that transaxle, which means your transmission and gearbox and axle, or all are combined in there.
Whole unit,
So I
man.
mean,
Whenever you
yeah,
inspect
exactly.
the thing, you have to inspect the whole unit. That
And
doesn't
I
make
mean,
sense.
F1 engineer, overlooking those things. I don't think so that can happen. But yeah,
Yeah,
here
It's
we
man,
are.
listen.
it was a calculated gamble
you
from
know,
Ferrari. I
Exactly.
don't think that they, fired
it
strong.
was, that they were trying to let the penalty go away because they were more afraid of penalty and not getting a win rather than just being in the race.
The another point that I think could have contributed is if it were any other circuit than Monaco, they would have taken the gamble. Not just because of how important the track position is, just because it is Monaco. You're further down the field, you have 5 cars in front of you. You go down Saint Devo, you don't know what's gonna happen. So
Yeah, man.
you're having a new gearbox in the car, and you're thrashing it again. So you are one gearbox short, which has traveled like a couple of 100 meters plus a formation lap. So there's no point in that. So I think that this is also an important factor that Ferrari would have considered. Let's
Yeah.
we don't go for the gap
Also,
exchange.
yeah. Also, the overtaking threshold is highest on that Monaco circuit, which is 2.8 seconds. You should be 2.8 seconds faster in the guy in front of you. Then you can overtake him, which is highest. So I guess that too made an impact on their decision. So
At the
Exactly.
yeah,
same time, just consider some overtaking corners at Monaco. You don't have that sort of area or that sort of like
You
two
have your
cars traveling
Saint
at mid wheel,
you have your Saint
you
two
need
cars
neighborhood
traveling same
chicane.
way.
There
you have that chicane. You have Casino Square, slightly forward from the Casino Square as Seb did. Uh,
But
with the
you
that
have
sort
to
of
be in
thing
that
would be
position.
like
You
on
know, to try something into casinos,
to
where you
born
have to
and
be in that
everything.
position. If you're not properly aligned or not in that
and
window,
you
then you cannot go
exactly.
for the overtake in the casino
and
square.
you need and you need
Yeah,
cooperation from the other driver as well
Yeah.
in Monaco
If
to
you
yeah,
overtake.
goes
that
out,
is the major thing. And
both burn. So basically, the two overtaking opportunities would be turn one and turn 10. That is it. And rest would be your train, the Monaco train.
yeah,
Yeah. So moving on, after the start, which was, everyone kept it clean, which was good to see. But on
amazing.
the hairpin, Mick Schumacher down the inside of Nikita Mazepin. Boy, how good that was.
Taking whole car onto footpath, right? That the
I mean,
area is a footpath only.
they were so close to touch each
Yeah,
other, and
Exactly.
and the fact that Mazepin, in fact, kept it clean. I mean, I have to give it to Mazepin over there. The guy kept it clean. So I wasn't expecting it that he would, you know, keep his nerve, but he did a good job. And that was some good move from our boy Mick Schumacher.
Yeah,
What do you
that's
guys
for
think
sure.
of it? The move.
The only good move we saw in the whole race,
Yeah, but that's
Nah,
still the move
actually.
for me. The other move, that's still the one. We'll cover it later.
yeah.
But after this, that was, you know, somewhat the race was as it is, and then Hamilton pitted, and there things got a little bit more exciting. Hamilton was saying that you pitted me so early, I was riding slow, I was going to go faster. So on and on, I would go longer and then go faster. And that's my second stint. Bono would have got a lot of stick after the race from Lewis as well as Roscoe. I think so. So yeah, and the other Mercedes guy. Should we talk about him? Valtteri Bottas.
controversial thing. Controversial.
Everyone just go ahead, talk about it because I'm gonna take many of your minutes from on this point.
Yeah. I just want to say is that all the Bottas's luck is going. I'm channeling towards the Lewis. I mean, Lewis is very lucky guy, and Bottas is vice versa of that. I mean, everything at that that can go wrong goes wrong with Bottas. Azerbaijan, he was in lead and rear puncture. Now this time at Monaco, he was P2, and then
You know
just
what
they
I
crossed
suggest?
crossfaded the line.
Even in 2020 Sakhir GP. In 2020 Sakhir GP, the same thing happens with Bottas. The front
Yeah.
right always it's front right always.
You know what I suggest? Since Red Bull is recruiting guys from Mercedes, I will suggest Mercedes hire the front right gun guy. That stuff should be Bottas.
I know.
Okay,
And
And
so
they
guys,
Akshat was furious the whole 48 hours post race that he want to, rant about Mercedes. So Akshay, take away the stage. Go on, buddy. Take out all of your frustration.
I, I'm gonna summarize my Monaco GP for you. 1 to 30 laps was like, oh great, it's Monaco GP. Woohoo, it's happening again. After 30 to 78 GP, I was furious. I was angry. I was frustrated. I was bored as fuck, and after 78th lap, finally I got to see Carlando in the interview, and I got a smile on my face back again. So what I was furious about was why it is every time these kind of things happen, it's always Valtteri Bottas in that has to pay for it. That guy is the only guy from Mercedes who was giving hell to Verstappen in the quali and in the race. He was the only guy who could have undercut Verstappen and he could have, won that first place. Right. And still, what I was furious about was that you saw Verstappen's and Valtteri Bottas's gap, going larger and larger for from 1.5 second to 2.5 second to 5 seconds. Why did they wait till 5.3 second to pit Valtteri Bottas? They were saying Valtteri Bottas to go as fast as he can on the soft tires, but they didn't. Valtteri Bottas was complaining for constantly for 5 laps that my tire, my left right is not giving me any grip. My rears are bad. These tires feel like I'm on a wet tires. I'm on wet surface. So why didn't they? You know, you saw that the gap was 2.6 seconds. So you knew that undercut is going to be a very tough position if you quit after now. So
Yeah,
why did they wait?
traffic
And
eventually.
even after five, even after the gap, yeah, and even after the gap goes to 4.8 seconds, they pit Hamilton first and then they pitted Bottas. I mean, what the hell you were thinking? Hamilton was saving his tire. He was trying to move as fast as he can, but saving those tires for the long run. While Bottas is struggling with everything on those tires, so you should have pitted him. You should have pitted him for the hard or mediums, whatever you wanted to do, go for it. Whatever Valtteri's choice, because Valtteri was on the lead. Why didn't you heard what Valtteri was saying? That was I was furious about. That why Mercedes is always planning strategy according to Lewis Hamilton. Why they are, always thinking about that Lewis Hamilton is the guy who can win races for Mercedes. Valtteri Bottas cannot do anything. Why they are doing like that?
This is
I
only
mean, Valtteri is the one.
because since Valtteri Bottas has signed since 2017, there has only been one successful driver. It's a bit harsh, but a blunt truth. Valtteri had his chances. He has not. I won't say that he hasn't delivered. He is in Formula One because he has the potential. So I won't say that he has delivered, but the Mercedes seat, the car which has been so dominant in this turbo hybrid era. So that seat comes with certain expectations, and since Bottas is not meeting them, I don't think that
I
it would.
mean, Vanshil, sorry, but I'm stopping you right here. Why Bottas is not beating them? Why Lewis every time that Lewis Hamilton wins the race? Because of the strategy. It's a team game. F1 is not a single person's game. You are
Always
strategizing a
happen,
team.
not
Why Red Bull is on 2021? Why Red Bull is giving hell to Mercedes? You know why? Because their strategy is much better than Mercedes is. Mercedes is just they pulled Hungary 2029. They pulled Hungary 2019 in the Spain race, so they got overconfident in this Monaco GP. I'm gonna go straight ahead and say that they were overconfident in Monaco GP, and that paid them.
so. What basically happens? Mercedes pulls a Hungary in Spain. So Mercedes pulls a Monaco 2016 done by Red Bull pit stop error, which causes a catastrophe.
No, but I hate, if I'm gonna give you some options, guys, just tell me what I'm saying in a one answer. Who's the aggressive driver in Mercedes? Valtteri Bottas or Lewis Hamilton?
If you go for the racecraft, then driving on three
I'm
wheels.
not saying a race. I'm not, no. That's not aggressiveness. Sorry. That's a racecraft. That guy is an amazing level. I'm not saying that. I'm saying about aggressiveness of the race. You don't let your opponent pass. You don't let your teammate even, not even your teammate pass from beside you. You won't give your position that easily. You will stay ahead of everyone, even if your tires are not working, you still complaining to get helps from your team. That's what aggressiveness is. We all know that, right? In Formula One, and we have seen that aggressiveness from Valtteri Bottas since 2017 when he joined Mercedes. We all compare him to Nico Rosberg that he is not giving hell to Lewis Hamilton, but that guy doesn't get the support like Nico Rosberg got from Mercedes. Nico didn't give a shit about Mercedes team principal. He did what he thought. That's why he gave hell. Valtteri Bottas is still respecting those strategies, those team principles, and those team bonding and everything. That's why even after you see afterwards all the post-race interviews and on gone, Valtteri Bottas posted on Instagram that it was not a good, and he clearly mentioned that it was a PR purposes or whatever it was that, but he still mentioned that it was nobody's fault. It happened. It was a technical issue. No one can do anything,
Right.
and we'll see what we can do. It was not my fault, not team's fault. It was clearly team's fault, man. But still, he's being humble.
Fault,
And
it was a mechanical failure, so that's
I'm not saying about the tire stopping. I'm not saying about tire stopping, man. I get it. That was a mechanical failure.
yeah.
I'm talking about strategy failure. And even if you see that post, right, you open that post, after this podcast is over, just go ahead, open that post, check out Mercedes' comment in that, and go ahead and see the replies in that comment. Everybody is saying that everybody is saying to the Mercedes admin that you don't give a shit about Valtteri Bottas. Why are you trying to compensate him right now? Because you don't even care about Valtteri. They already people are hating Mercedes for that. Say everything is coming out right now that you Mercedes' strategy is only about one guy, and that's Lewis Hamilton. So it's very tough for a second driver to even win races.
It's okay.
It's
They
I
did well, right? Don't you worry.
I'm just I'm still furious about that because even after that Toto and everyone is just saying giving those PR responses and everything. They are not just being friendly that yes they made a mistake. There was a strategical error. They were not focused on Valtteri Bottas. They were focused on Lewis Hamilton more.
But
So it just it hurts Valtteri Bottas more.
yeah,
That guy and in this season is his last season with Mercedes because after that contract's gonna over. They don't know if they're gonna continue the contract or not because there are many chatters. Even Esteban Ocon is in the
next,
league,
right?
for
Yeah.
Mercedes seat.
He's not.
Toto just gave,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. He's not totally out because in recent interview Toto said it's Esteban's decisions, but they're gonna think if Esteban is ready, then they're gonna think about it. So if they give Valtteri Bottas to someone else, then it's very harsh decision because he was the only guy who could team guy. He was totally a team guy.
Right. He is. He's still a Mercedes driver. A little
Yeah.
grammatical correction there. Don't let Bottas surrender his seat this soon. But yeah, if Mercedes can rally as they have in the past, it could spell trouble for Red Bull and Max Verstappen. But talking about the pit stops, the pit stop went awesomely good for one guy, Sebastian Vettel, who gained positions over
Right.
Pierre Gasly and Lewis Hamilton. And that move, oh man, although
Everyone. So Lewis Hamilton was also shocked with that move. That how the fuck that happened.
Yeah,
although
yeah.
Monaco
Lewis Hamilton was furious more than shocked.
Yeah,
Monaco
Exactly.
how
directors,
that how did that?
Now I lost two places, he said.
Yeah,
No,
that was really. I lost two places.
I know I don't know exactly on the what lap. I'm gonna just you guys continue. I'm gonna just search for it on exactly what lap I'm gonna say. Just Paji, continue what you were saying.
in such a good move, Monaco TV directors decides to show Stroll hitting a barrier and jumping over a curb. I mean, why,
Yeah,
why would you do that? That was such a beautiful move on such a
exactly.
fast part of the track, which is a rarity in Monaco. There were two cars going side by side, and you're showing Stroll making mistakes. I mean, does it make sense?
and and it every time happens at Monaco. I mean, in 1988 they they didn't even film that mega lap from Senna, 1.4 seconds faster than Prost, and they didn't even record it that lap. So we'll never get to see that lap.
I think
Yeah. So
the only exciting part of the race, apart from a Ferrari in podium and a McLaren in podium, Verstappen winning, that was the only exciting bit of the race, that Sebastian Vettel was racing again in P5. He overtook Lewis Hamilton, and they didn't show it. I mean, what's wrong with you?
I right now I'm
Heartbreaking.
gonna I'm gonna show you a image right now, and I want all of you to just give me some detail about that image. Okay. Yeah, guys. What do you wanna tell me about this thing?
P1, yeah.
Gasly on the drivers' championship is first, and Lewis Hamilton is on the 10th. These were the graphics.
So, have you guys played that Motorsport Manager game?
Yeah,
It-
man.
So, in that game, when your driver, have is about to retire, there's a certain term in his driver card saying reached peak. It, it says that your driver has reached peak. So there are a lot of reached peak memes going around about the image that Akshat just showed. That guy is beating Hamilton now because he has reached his peak. 7 WTCs.
Yeah.
But how?
I mean, what director was thinking? The Martin brother was just gonna talk about the Vettel overtaking Pierre Gasly, and they just showed Stroll's pit stop.
He even went like, what? He even went like, what happened? We want to see.
What happened? Exactly. And even in the second time, the replay came in. They suddenly changed to pit stop.
Yeah,
I don't know why they were.
and when the camera got back, it was coming out of the casino square. They first showed Gasly and Hamilton battling, and there was no
Yeah.
Sebastian Vettel. So I thought, has he crashed? Has he spun? What happened? In those 14 nanoseconds, my mind was going crazy.
And Lewis Hamilton was mind was going out of this world. He was just furious. On lap 33, Vettel pitted, and lap 36, Lewis Hamilton furiously says to his team that I wanted to go long on this tire. I saved my tire, and why did you pitted me early?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And now Vettel Vettel is on P5, and even after that, when when they when Bono said that Sergio might be ahead of you all, he was more furious about it. Then what the hell you were thinking, man?
Mercedes was like the risk was calculated, but we are bad at math.
Ah,
Oh,
1 point OP.
Bhrugu won Mercedes 0.
Oh,
But seriously, at least it was good for Max Verstappen, who has won the Monaco Grand Prix. He's a Monaco winner. He's leading the championship. Red Bull are first in constructors. Perez is gradually improving. Ferrari are back. Are they back? And McLaren.
I
That
think they're back because from 2020
a
they
lot.
have improved. They have improved drastically. Hands
And
down, man.
and McLaren
Mc-
Gulf livery on podium. I mean,
Yeah, man. That,
the
that was that was cherry on the cake.
podium
Yeah.
was
yeah.
wholesome.
But what we are missing,
Uh,
Vanshil, what we are missing at a point, Sergio Perez was gaining on Lando Norris.
that
Ooh.
was
He
I was
was
about to
gaining.
say. That was I was
He
about to
was
say.
gaining. He was gaining, and
He was
the
within a DRS.
the pressure on that 22-year-old guy,
21.
21. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
He's 22, I guess.
No, he's 21, man.
21.
My bad again. The way he was handling for like mere 12 to 14 laps, phenomenal. phenomenal.
Exactly.
Was
And
amazing.
not making a mistake.
You know, whenever I
Gaining, no, not having enough tire, not having enough grip on the tires, having the younger tires on the who are chasing at the back. Amazing, seriously,
Oh,
phenomenal.
whenever I see Lando Norris in McLaren, I always remember 2007's Lewis Hamilton
Yeah,
in
man,
McLaren.
seriously.
You know, I see the resemblance in Lando Norris of that Hamilton, 2007's Hamilton, and I feel if McLaren, give that support to Lando, he might win a world championship for McLaren
We
because
are
that
only
guy
five
has
races down.
potential.
We are only five
Yeah,
races down, but he has gained two
oh,
podiums.
and he
yeah,
also
exactly. Yeah,
contract extension with McLaren.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Things are in
I
place.
mean that guy has the trust on that McLaren project too. So that's why he signed that contract. So
And
and
that
yeah, we can
and
expect something
and
from
we just don't need to deny that Zach Brown treats him like his kid.
kid, not
yeah.
at not at
he wants to adapt Lando Norris.
Top Lando.
Best CEO.
Yeah, man, seriously.
I mean, the father-son relationship would be, even more effective.
Yeah.
I mean,
We do have a father-son relationship, but we don't see that on the grid.
we have two of them.
Yeah, man, but we never see that on the grid.
Yeah, hopefully,
Never gonna happen.
Mazepin did improve. Just on the closing
Yeah.
notes of the podcast, I would like to set up Mazepin did improve. He didn't spun. He didn't crash. He kind of
He
outqualified Mick Schumacher. He outraced Mick Schumacher.
no doubt out qualified. No
So
any driver was angry on him. That's
yeah,
the major part.
although he did get in the way, but he's a rookie, man. Of course, he's allowed a couple
Yeah,
of
man.
mistakes in Monaco.
And
And
he didn't get in the way because there was no way for him to get out of the way in
so
Monaco.
it was Max Verstappen, and he didn't get furious. So that explains that it was quite
Exactly.
close. So all in all, if I ask you to rate the Monaco Grand Prix out of 5, how much rating would you give? Paaji?
See, it was totally a bag full of emotions. But as I told you,
Numbers.
but as I told you, yeah, as I told you, no any yellow flags, no any red flags. 4 out of 5.
Nice. Akshat.
This could have been 5 if you know chaos restarts. Yeah,
Akshat. He's
For
gone.
that Mercedes blunder that ruined my evening. But still, I'm gonna give it a 3.8 out of 5. You know that one point.
What is 3.8? I mean,
Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
I need
point.
justification. I need justification for that
It's
point 8.
That's very precise, man.
I was about to say
Very
that, but
precise.
if
Yeah, man.
that 3.8, how 3.8? You see, for 2 point,
he has
just
deducted
the 2 points are for Carlando.
Mercedes two bad strategy calls. 1.1 is for Mercedes pit stop and 1.1 for Mercedes strategies, I guess.
Exactly, exactly. That's what I. And then total. So basically, there it's like out of 3.8, the 2 points is for Carlando podium, and 1.8 is for the good Monaco race. No chaotic and not everything. And of course, Vettel and Sergio Perez's overcut.
Yeah.
But
How about you?
yeah, that was amazing.
How much would you rate it?
I'll rate it 4, I guess, out of 5 as a Ferrari fan.
Yeah.
Seeing that Ferrari on form, which is very
Exactly.
satisfactory for me. And it would have been 5 if Leclerc won the GP. And but yeah, I'm happy to see Sainz and Lando both on podium and Ferrari back on top. So yeah, 4/5 from me.
Yeah. I would also give it a 4 just because all the facts that Akshay just mentioned. It was a great result for Ferrari, and what more can you ask? Right. So
And Vanshil, we all forgot one thing. The next race is Azerbaijan, Baku, and Toto and Hamilton just complained about one thing. We all forget. to cover that.
That we will be doing a separate video on that, because that is an interesting topic. Me and Bhrugu had a word about
Yeah,
it. So we'll be doing a
exactly.
separate video on the bending wings, right?
Yeah.
Next up is Baku, which could be an interesting race. So we all of us at Nation Formula One are looking forward to that race and seeing how that pans out and who'd come on the top. But until then, stay safe, guys. Stay at home.
Can Red Bull create a big gap between Red Bull and Mercedes in
And,
Baku? That will be the big question for Baku, you know?
yeah, and can Mercedes get a pit stop right? So these are the questions that we need answered from Baku. Until then, stay safe,
Exactly.
stay happy, keep watching Formula One, and follow us on the social media. Take care.
See you guys. Peace out.